All right, you guys, welcome to today's secret sauce. I want to cook up something tasty and dig into the recipe for boosting your bottom line. I want to give you some quick ideas that you can implement today that will help you print more profit without working more hours or lowering your prices. In fact, we want to raise your prices or raise your perceived value. And so, the first way to do that is to change the way you sell and talk about your products and services. I think sometimes we forget that customers buy identity, emotion, experiences. So you're not just selling the shirt, the mug, the uniform. You're selling things like confidence, like connection, like pride. And so when you frame your products as the outcomes your customers want, you actually instantly increase the perceived value. See, because as garment decorators, we have a passion for the shirts, the creativity, the tools, the toys. Right? We love that. But in our selling and marketing, we just naturally assume a lot of times that our ideal customers have those same passions, right? We want to share that passion. But the reality is, our customers don't have that same passion. And that's a good thing, right? If they did, they wouldn't be your ideal customer, they'd be a competitor. So your bottom line will change drastically when you change the conversation to the outcomes your customers want and what they're passionate about. So you're immediately increasing your perceived value, and your customers are willing to pay more when you're talking about their passions. So let me give you a quick fix here. Head off right away here and update one product listing or social media post this week to focus on the why behind the products. What is it that helps the customers express themselves? What is it that you do that helps your customers celebrate themselves? What is it that you do to help your customers solve their problems? That's the why behind what you do. And if you go change that, there's one quick fix. The next way that you can build more profits and print more profits is making sure that you are investing your time and money wisely, right? Yes, your business needs to grow and expand, but it's crucial where you invest your precious resources. We can't get any of the 24 hours that we have allotted a day back, right? And I don't know anybody that has an unlimited budget right now that I've been able to talk to. As someone who now does actually have a horse in the race when it comes to equipment, and it's not just Terry who's going to be mad at me for saying this, but we don't need all of the shiny objects and expensive machines that are available to us right away. Yikes. Okay. I'm surprised that Terry didn't somehow figure out how to turn me off right there, but uh, he knows this too. And so I'm totally joking. And it's just a joke. But in the 25 years that I've been in this industry, I've just seen too many businesses invest in all of the toys and then end up being so buried in debt and not having any time to master any of them. They struggle to keep making the payments. And unfortunately, too many of them end up going out of business. Growth doesn't always mean buying new equipment. We need to start looking for tools or services that let us scale, offer more, and then automate what you're already doing. So, like the previous one, I want to give you a quick fix here. Just last week, we had Zach from Deco Network on to talk about outsourcing. The fix is to keep the money in your pocket and let your business invest in your future toys. Is you need to have a rental mindset, right? Ask yourself, can I outsource or partner first? So, for example, the company I'm working with, American Print and Supply, we just talked about DTF equipment, and we also have transferdepot.com where you can buy the transfers before you buy the equipment. And it's also a great print protection resource for the existing customers. By outsourcing to a trusted supplier, and I'm not making a sales pitch here, anybody that you're outsourcing to that you trust, you can use that rental period to gauge demand. You can also use that rental period to build pricing and sales systems, to create samples and marketing content, and ultimately to track profit per job and set up that system. And then once it starts selling consistently and profitably, then you let that market buy the new toy that you need, the new piece of equipment, right? This mindset keeps you from drowning in debt and regret, but it does require that honest assessment of, okay, do I really need this thing, or is there a better way, a rental mindset I can take? So there's your quick fix there. And then lastly here, I want you to look for ways to simplify the buying process for your ideal customers. What's important to them and what will make purchasing from you easier for them. See, confused customers, they don't buy. So if your pricing, your product options, or your process is unclear, you're creating hesitation, and hesitation is going to kill sales. So my suggestion is to start by evaluating your customer facing order process from the perspective of how we humans make purchasing decisions. It's all based on emotions, not logic. So even those of us that say, I'm really logical, like I used to pretend like I was that, even the most logical among us, we don't make purchasing decisions based on logic. The decision to make the purchase is emotional, and then we utilize logic after the fact to justify the purchase, right? The emotion based buying process also helps us understand that our survival instinct directs us to spend till it hurts. We have money to spend and we want an emotional need filled. Ever heard of the phrase money burning a hole in your pocket? It actually refers to our human nature of exchanging resources and the dopamine hit we get from purchasing something. The limit of spending till it hurts is when perceived pain is greater than perceived gain. So, for example, if your ordering process creates confusion, doubt, or hesitation, it triggers the brain's survival response of don't buy. That's too painful. We naturally avoid risks, so unclear pricing, too many choices, or lack of clarity feels like pain. Therefore, to increase our bottom line, we need to simplify or reduce pain points or friction to make the customer's experience of doing business with us easier, faster, and more enjoyable. So here's the quick fix for you. Instead of throwing the supplier catalog at your ideal customer, use your expertise and knowledge of their needs to create an easy to order bundle. So instead of offering 30 shirts and styles and 100 color choices, create simple bundles. Maybe you work with businesses and they need to outfit their staff for events and trade shows. Offer them 3 tiers of options for each employee. So maybe the top tier is like a week's worth of decorated polos, plus 2 dress shirts with subtle branding on it, a phone case, a water bottle, business cards, and pens. And then you step down another couple of packages from there. And now you've got 3 options. It makes it very simple and easy and direct for them to say, yeah, I want that. Now, another quick bonus for you here is name your product tiers by outcome, not price, right? Sometimes we go good, better, best. But what if you said, try the top one being dress to impress, the outcome, they want to dress to impress, the middle one being brand ambassador, and the smaller one being quick turnaround because you can get that done quickly and maybe they got a trade show in 2 days from now or something, right? So ultimately, though, that naming shifts focus away from price and towards what the customers want. So there's 3 quick thoughts on some ways that we can print more profit. I'm actually working on a full blog that's coming soon. So ultimately, when you start thinking about profit as a strategy, not just a result, you print more profits. So that's your secret sauce for today. If you want more smart ways to grow, the first notice on that upcoming blog, plus some follow-up videos and really just great conversations, I'd invite you to join us in our Facebook group at osg.link/group. I hope you guys enjoyed that delicious sauce.